Hello, my name is Ed Sexton, and I'm here to discuss the reasons for being a multicultural counselor. One thing we have to remember is that we have to think about there's a lot of prejudice out in the real world today. A lot of people are cutting down other people so they can build themselves up. Let's look at the reasoning behind that. Prime example. I work with kids a lot of times, especially I work with a lot of athletes. And these athletes, when they see a weaker athlete come on the field or the basketball court, what they do, they tend to make fun of them. What I'm saying is, it's like Darwin's theory. The weak or the strong overcome the weak, or the strong devour the weak. So personally, I feel like the reason that a lot of people use what we call combative or offensive terms is that they're really deep down inside jealous of the person they're using their terms against. Another example would be a pretty girl and an ugly girl. The pretty girl is walking down the hallway. A lot of the guys are looking at her. Okay, the ugly girl or girls are looking at her and saying, hey, all the guys are looking at her. She's prettier than me. Let's make up some stuff about her. So then you start seeing these ugly girls making up falsehoods about this pretty girl, which in turn insults her, which in turn leads to her self-esteem, the pretty girl, being lowered, because other people are talking about her. And it builds kind of like a complex. So the key factor here, when people use offensive remarks about something or someone, is that they feel threatened by that thing or person. Another example is the gun laws. Okay, a lot of, with the situation that happened at the elementary school over the Christmas holiday, a lot of people are for stricter gun control. But you got these lobbyists in Washington that are lining their pockets with money saying, okay, we have to do something to sabotage this bill, or we have to pay the right people to vote it down. Okay, this bill of stricter gun laws is threatening to the lobbyists that are for least restrictive gun laws, because it cuts into the sales. So the key factor here is this: when people cut down something or some club or some law, they feel threatened by it. The key word here is feeling threatened. Feeling threatened. Now let's look at another situation. Secondly, as a counselor, how would we deal with this? Well, one thing about it, me as a counselor, if I have a client to come see me, okay, and they have a self-esteem problem that stems from other people cutting them down, it could be parents, it could be friends, it could be neighbors, it could be relatives, whatever, but they come to me talking and telling me their problems in regards to being a low self-esteem situation. What I would do as a counselor is, first, I would show them their bright spots. You need to start off in a positive way. A positive way. You need to build the confidence of the client. You need to let the client know, hey, you do have a lot going for you. You need to not listen to what other people say. What other people is telling you should go over your head, and it should not go in your ears. If it goes in your ears, then what it needs to do, it needs to be shot back out. That is a key factor here. Self-esteem is a factor, low self-esteem, that is developed when people talk about people. And as a counselor, what I need to do is I need to build that self-esteem up. I need to build confidence back in that person. confidence, self-esteem. When you build confidence and self-esteem back into the person, then you're going to gradually start seeing this low self-esteem move up another level. Then the more we work on that self-esteem and confidence level, it moves up another level. Keep gradually moving up. And this is where, as a counselor, we have to look. We have to develop that basis. Then we develop that solid foundation. Then after we develop the solid foundation, this is when we have to climb the steps or the building blocks up to a more confident, and building a more confident person. So that's how I feel about, as a counselor, I would deal with anything that's combative or a client that has issues that deals with low self-esteem.